Good morning, folks. Episode number 7 of Christ in the Car. I'm your host, Chris Dagger, for this 7th episode of this Christian series about Christian teachings. Now, what I really want to talk about today is the topic of forgiveness. Forgiveness is a central practice in Christianity. Everybody knows that. Everybody that practices the faith knows that forgiving thy neighbor, it's part of the Lord's Prayer. Forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. So that is a key sentence in the Lord's Prayer. And the funny thing is, there's almost an equivalence or a transactional aspect to us, because you look at forgiveness as forgive us our trespasses. You're asking God for forgiveness because you know that you might commit trespasses and sins towards others. As we forgive those who trespass against us, that's where the equality mark, the equation comes in. Because that's conditional. It's almost like it would be hypocritical if I asked for forgiveness for my own sins, but I never forgave those who sinned against me. It's a very hard contract to respect and to honor, because forgiving is easier said than done. Even when you come to terms with someone and you forgive them for what they did, because let's just face it, everybody is going to feel wronged. Everybody's going to be sinned against. Everybody's going to be trespassed against during life. And if you just verbally say that to them, just to brush them off, it's not enough. Because you really have to commit the act of forgiveness inside your heart as well, even before speaking to them. And oftentimes people are so incredibly hurt by what folks have done to them that they can't even get to the point of facing them and verbally uttering forgiveness, saying to someone, I forgive you. They can't even do that. I understand why this level of difficulty is associated with forgiveness, because it takes a reduction of the ego and a kindness of the heart to approach someone who is quite likely undeserving of your forgiveness, to actually say, hey, I truly and genuinely forgive you from the bottom of my heart. Something along those lines, with those words. And intrinsically, there's a mystery that I want to unfold about forgiveness. That mystery is, even if you can't fully forgive someone, the reason why it's the best option, the best choice to forgive them, is because you're not only doing it for them, you're doing it also for God, if not fully for God. You're doing it before God. Because the Lord's Prayer is not your neighbor's prayer. Your neighbor's going to hurt you. Your friends are going to hurt you. Your own family members are probably going to hurt you as well. That's a fact of life. And being hurt makes people bitter and angry and sad. And there is this saying that I really, really believe in, is hurt people hurt people. The first word, hurt, is an adjective, and the second one is a verb, an actionable gesture. So hurt people, people that are hurt people, hurt people. And that's how sins are committed. That's how pain is inflicted in the world. It's a sad state of affairs, because the thing is, in an ideal world, sin would not exist, and forgiveness wouldn't even be necessary. But we're not living in heaven, as it's quite obvious with everything on the news. And when you forgive someone, just to reiterate a point here, it's an action that you're committing. It's a posture that you're adopting in front of God. Because you're doing it mostly for yourself. Because if you don't forgive that person, you have no idea the amount of vitriol and venomous bitterness and hatred that you're going to harbor and exponentially increase inside your heart toward that person. And if you're going to do that for every single person that hurts you, something bad will happen to you. Emotionally, psychologically, even physiologically. Studies have proven that when you're able to find ways, as hard as they are to find, finding ways to let go of whatever hurt, whatever thing, sin that people have done towards you. It's the best thing, it's the most therapeutic thing to heal and recover from that hurt. And this is extremely crucial because when you look at Maslow's pyramid of needs, the third level is belongingness. And belongingness necessarily implies a social life or interactions, interpersonal connections. And those interpersonal connections necessarily bring good memories, good times. That's the whole purpose of a social life, is to hang out and chill and enjoy people's company. But with the good comes the bad, unfortunately. And yes, drama is going to happen. Getting hurt is going to happen. People saying something nasty to you, or pulling off a bad prank, or doing a bad joke, saying a bad joke, or whatever. Like, all these things are going to happen to you. It's happened to me many full times. And I've had a really, 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 really hard time forgiving. Because to me, forgiveness doesn't come necessarily naturally. It's not a reflex. I've become better at it. I've been able to distance myself from certain negative emotions or certain triggers that might, spawn negative emotions. And I've been able to dissociate myself from being too emotionally invested with certain people or certain activities or even certain words that people use. I used to be a freak about how I get talked to. I wouldn't accept certain things being said to me or certain things done to me. Now I'm better able to evaluate the intention behind the action. And I think that's a sign of maturity. If you're able to look at the intention behind what's being said or what's being done, trust me, you're going to feel way less hurt. And you're going to be able to forgive. Because Christ told us to forgive. And Christ is the prime example. I'm going to end with this. When he was on the cross, the most memorable scene of forgiveness was him hanging on the cross and praying to God, Lord, forgive them, for they know not what they do. And oftentimes this is universally applicable to everybody. Sometimes we don't know what we're doing. We're doing things, we're committing sins, we're hurting people without even noticing what we're doing, without knowing it. And it's sad because we're not perfect. We're not fully intelligent human beings. We're intelligent, but not perfect, not perfectly smart in the way that we act and we comport ourselves. So Lord, forgive this. Lord, forgive them, for they know not what they do. I want to end right here. Please ponder, reflect on how you can forgive people. If you haven't forgiven everyone, please do so. If you no longer have any connection or you're no longer in touch with certain people, I think it's fine. Just get on your knees, pray to God, and try to blot out any resentment, bitterness, hatred that you have and replace it with forgiveness. Do it for yourself. Do it before God, to be in proper standing before Him. And yes, do it also for the person that hurt you. God bless you, and stay holy.